Very, very gorgeous. I mean, look at that apple bottom boot. Hey, what's up, you guys? Short Miss Prime here doing another Marvel Legends figure review on not a Marvel Legend, but the Star Wars 6-inch Black Series Imperial Shadow Squadron, speeder bike with Shadow Scout and Shadow Stormtrooper Commander. I have to give a big thanks to my friend Shu for letting me borrow this set over here for review. If you're trying to get your Star Wars Marvel Legends, you can give it big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below. Obviously, you're looking at repaints of the Sand Trooper and the Speeder Scout over here, but this looks pretty cool. Already, I'm liking how this looks. Now, the packaging is quite large, just compared to the size of a regular speeder bike packaging. You can see the size difference right there. And then you get the little medallions right there on the bottom. The background looks really cool on this. It looks like we're on the Death Star. It looks like that's the Millennium Falcon, and then there's a ton of Stormtroopers right over there. And then if you look on the side, there's nothing going on, and then on the back you get this cool image. Then there's a bio. If you want to go ahead and read that, pause it now. Then it has some directions right there at the very bottom for you. Alright, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's the Shadow Scout and the Shadow Stormtrooper out of the packaging, looking very cool with their black paint. I think these are pretty neat figures. Unfortunately, they didn't show up in the film, so that's why these are an easy pass for me. You know, I gotta cut it off right there. I gave away the Proto Fett, so I don't have Proto Fett anymore. First off, I like how they're not both a solid black color. There's some variety in the paint. Anyway, let's take a closer look at the Shadow Stormtrooper, and then we'll take a closer look at the Shadow Scout. Now, this is a repainted Sand Trooper over here, and it comes with all the same accessories as the Sand Trooper, minus the backpack. So you can see it has the same 3 weapons over here. You can see they've used this gray plastic over here. There's no paint detail on these or anything. As we look closely over here, the gun does not have any paint detail on it. And to get a look at the other 2 weapons he has, they're just a solid flat gray color. The black on his hands over here almost kind of have a bluish hue to them. I think that's a little interesting. So there's a lot of color variation in this thing, even though it's mostly just a black figure. Now, looking at the head sculpt, this is looking really sharp. I really like this rich black color, but you even get a glossier black right there for the visor section and the eyes. They get some nice silver paint added to it also, and along with some very flat gray right here on these little pieces, and then you get like a gunmetal color going around the rim right over there at the top. So this is very intricate with all the different colors that we get on this piece, even though it's seemingly just a black repaint. And then looking on the back over here, you can see those sculpted lines again. Then I have the other guns just wrapped around his shoulder over here, because I don't remember seeing this guy in the movie at all. I'm just kind of making stuff up over here, which I think actually looks really cool, especially for like a stealthy kind of guy who can't see me. Now, the pauldron is colored gray instead of dark black. Well, I guess that's fine. It adds some variation right there. You can see some black splotching right over there. And the rest of the figure is pretty much a solid black color, except for the joints, where you can see it has that midnight bluish kind of color to it, as we saw on the hand. Same thing with the upper hips right there. You can see it. And then right there in the knee joints. Then there's his feet right there, just a solid black color. He still has the peg holes. You can see looking at the back of it, you know, you have those joints with that kind of very dark blue color right over there. He's got a dark blue butt and right there at the shoulders too. If you want to see the articulation, click on this video right here. And here's our Shadow Scout. Same thing as the regular speeder bike with Scout. You know, it's just a repaint. So here's this guy over here. Well, I never reviewed this guy, but this guy has a bunch of paint variation and everything. And this one really does not have all the bells and whistles that I feel like the original speeder had. I do like that we get the Imperial crest all over this thing though. That is pretty cool. You can see the very front of it over here is painted black, and then you get some nice metallic gray right over there. See what looks kind of like a little turbine right down underneath there, and then we have the Imperial crest looking pretty clean. These handlebars over here are kind of warped. The one for his left is kind of bent inwards, so that needs a hairdryer or something, but I like that they've added silver paint right over there. They have this glossy black paint for the actual handle itself, and they've painted the buttons right here and the switches. Apparently the middle one jams the comm links. Then looking underneath, they've painted some silver right here for this little blaster underneath right here, and you could rotate that side to side like the regular version, and you can detach it right here, so this comes off and you can see that turbine I was looking at earlier. So that's pretty cool. I guess this is an homage to the original toy that could come apart like that. And I'm knocking the Scout off the bike. Oh well, he's supposed to get knocked off the bike, right? Looking at the side right over here, I really like this metallic color they've used for the plastic choice. They've painted these little discs right here gray, and on the bottom you get this flat gray plastic again. This actually kind of has a difference between this little bar right here and then where the feet go. Then we get another Imperial crest painted in silver, looking very cool, and another one on this side too. So it looks like you get a total of 3 of them. And then here's the seat, and I like how they have all these bolts and everything on here. This is pretty cool actually. And then looking at the back of this, I like how you can flip these up, and then you get more turbines or whatever's making this thing, you know, float in the air. here. And then it also has the stand, so you can plug this clear stand in here. And you have the option to plug it into any one of these three sides. I typically just set it up like that. And it also allows some articulation, which is really cool. Now looking at the actual Scout, this looks pretty cool. Too bad it looks like his visor up top over here is a little tilted. They added some glossy paint right there for the visor as well. We get some color variation right here with a very light gray and some silver paint apps. And looking at the side, you get some more silver paint apps, and on the back you get more of that flatter, very light gray. And just like the Shadow Trooper, you get this very dark blue over here as well. And then he has that red stripe right there on this little back piece, a little bit more silver paint, and then this flat gray color added here and there. So it's pretty cool they have some color variation with these things, even though they're mostly an all black figure. He has the same weapon as his regular version, again with that same flat gray color. And then looking over here, you do get his Imperial crest looking pretty cool. So nice silver paint for that. And unfortunately, this guy does have a glue stain right over there, which looks like something else. Yeah, somebody was looking at the Princess Slave Leia too long in the warehouse. And then looking right down here on the legs. Again, nice sculpting. I really like the sculpt for this. The gun does not stay well in this holster. That's a little bit frustrating. And here's his boots. And there's the bottom of his feet with his two different peg holes. So you get one for the speeder bike and then one for a display stand. This guy has the same articulation as the regular Scout Trooper. The head can move up and it does move down, rotate side to side over here. Shoulders can move outward that much, they move forward, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, wrist moves side to side, and they have a hinge like the roll of the dice motion. And then you get a side to side diaphragm joint over here. It doesn't really crunch forward, but it does move back. It's these pouches that hinder that crunching forward articulation. His hips move outward, they do kick forward. He has a thigh swivel over here, double jointed knees. He does have boot rotation, ankles move down, up, and a beautiful ankle pivot. So these figures stand at about the same height. They're both just a little over 6 inches tall. And here they are standing side by side with the original versions of each of these figures. And if you really wanted to see it, you can take the backpack off of the regular Sand Trooper and plug it right in here on this Shadow Stormtrooper, and that's how that looks, which, I don't know, looks pretty cool, except it looks like there's too much color right here. And here they are next to a regular Stormtrooper, and here they are next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. So I think both of these figures look awesome. It's just an easy pass for me because I did not see these in the movie, and if you're a completist, you gotta get them. Or if you're not collecting too many toy lines and Black Series is your main thing, yeah, pick these up. Anyway, I hope you guys liked my video. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know if you're picking these guys up or not. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out toynewseye.com for a full photo gallery of images, and check out ShartimusPrime.net for my daily blog. See the latest coming to my YouTube channel over there. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Put the everyday display, gave it a spark. Welcome to articulated comic book art.
That's crispy.
You can see they've used this green or